What's good, man? It's OG Drip, man. This channel where we talk about the spiritual truth and how to utilize energy on a day-to-day basis, man. And listen, man, it get deep when we talk about that utilizing energy, man, because sometimes we don't realize what energy we utilizing or what energy we being utilized by. So today, bro, I want to break down a couple of different things, especially when it get down to we talk about a control or deep one, right? Because we have our own battles, we have our own fights. So once you start understanding that Christianity, Satanism, and Muslim and all of this stuff is not a form of religion, but it's more of a form of what you actually go through, right? It's further if we all have a demon or if you all have like the devil tempting you, like there's no one out there that's safe from the devil. You feel what I'm saying? And when we say that, we're not talking about an actual red dude in the ground that's controlling everything. No. But when we look at the devil and you look at what you call a spiritual war, you have to start analyzing that. Wait, hold on. It's not only just someone like the power that be that's just out here, but you also have interior things what it was talking about, what you just have to face, right? Where you might not even have to deal with no one else, but due to how you got to relate to the world, being part of the world, right? You have a certain way that you go about things, right? So a person might not see it in certain ways because it get deep and there's a lot of trickery to it, right? So if we want to say what kind of companions the devil have or what kind of friends he have, we already know. You got Lilith being the masculine, feminine energy. You get what I'm saying? This is the first wife of Adam that was kicked out of the heavens because therefore she didn't want to lay beneath them. So basically just saying putting the energy over one another. But a lot of people would actually think that it's talking about actual physical stuff. But nah, that ain't what go on, right? Then, see, that's another thing. It's like the deceivement, it get real deep too, because we're gonna start breaking down the companions, the brothers, the friends, or however you want to see it, because the devil, Satan, Lucifer is not the same thing. When it come down to Lilith and when it come down to like other demons and things like that, that's the reason why they have so many of a breakdown, right? Where they have, you got all these gods, and so they talking about transits of the suns, or you talking about you got Lucifer being Venus, and you got all these different gods and stuff representing different planets. But you also have this going on within you. So not only is it out to the world, but it's also going on within you. So sometimes we don't see what be going on because sometimes the devil will pull up something what appears to be what you want. So now, like how I like to put it is like, right, if you talk to somebody and they sign a record deal and they find out that ain't the deal they wanted to sign, they find out that was worth more, they didn't know this come with it, they didn't know they had to do all this, but at the time they looked good. So that'd be something like Tetris, right, where you looking at something and you like, oh Lord, let me get that, I need that for me. So a lot of these things come from things that you built from within you, right? Where a lot of people don't realize, especially when you go through poverty and stuff, a lot of these parents don't actually know how to raise their kids or don't actually know how to actually enhance your brain. So sometimes you might see a kid come out the hood and you might see them go somewhere else, but you got to remember, this kid had already put themselves mentally out of the hood, right? Where they have to put themselves around more people that's more angelic, or some people that's not necessarily, that don't mean they're blessed and angels and you're not. What I'm saying is that on their note and how this person vibes is more on a positive note, and they're not feeding them bull stuff, but at the same time, they're being able to learn from it. So we got a lot of different things that we go through, right? Where you may have an extreme lesson and you may feel like it's the devil, but sometimes it be God, right? In the sense of just saying, instead of you looking at it like a urge that you didn't want to happen, sometimes things happen for the best, right? Where sometimes you could, when you start getting in tune with this, you start figuring out yourself. You start finding out even so deep that you could reflect off of others and see how others carry themselves, whether you know what's going on or not, right? And y'all excuse them firecrackers out there, but anyways, man, just getting into it, you have different workers, right? Where it's not only this coming at you, it's this coming at you, it's this coming at you. But instead of you being drove crazy, which what a weak spirit would do, you have to understand how that's the reason why you're in this fight. You obviously had a gift, and these things like to pick on you, whether they're coming from within or whether these kind of things coming from without. Because the more you start getting scared of something, the more it start coming towards you, right? It's like the people, I don't know if y'all ever seen it, but like on the movies or something like that, and they be scared of the thing, and then they wake up or they see the thing, just stop being scared of it. It don't have that much power or effect. It's some things like that, but it get deep. So they use these movies and stuff to draw allegories of these different things, what we call your demons, because they're basically feeding it, right? Where they do things and you do it so long that it's a modern of you damn near think this is what things supposed to be done, right? Where actually in actuality is not, bro. So this is the reason why we dealing with a world right now where it's like people can't get along, and if they do agree with each other, it's on a fake thing, or if they do agree with each other, it's because they holding a certain bias. And it's like this type of things. And I'm not saying this everybody in the world, so don't ever take it like that when I'm talking. But for the majority, bro, we got to look at it for what it is. If you look at it for right now, it's not like you, not even you being a good person, a good civilian, or whatever you want to say, walking around is not safe from what could happen in harm's way. So at the end of the day, we got to know what is God saying versus what the devil trying to get you to do, or what the devil is trying to talk you into. So when the deceiving come in, you got to think it ain't no deceiving by the devil itself working by itself. You get what I'm saying? It's the same thing how we believe in teamwork make the dream work. Masons, that's the reason why they belong with these things. They know what to make you lust out of. They know what to make you desire, and then they know what to make you get in like esoteric booby traps and esoteric bear traps, where when you take this step in life, now you can't turn back. Now you can't do these things. And I was just talking about it the other day. This the reason why I'm OG Drip, bro. I could talk to street cats and tell them like some of the moves that you're gonna make in life ain't worth your life. You get what I'm saying? And sometimes you only got one. You only got one life at the end of the day, even though you have multiple lives. And what we mean by that is saying that your spirit live on. You got eternal life. But when it come down to these things, if you start falling in love with death more than life, so you don't see the beauty of what things is actually working out to be and the growth of things, you will forever see toxic. You will forever see muck. You get what I'm saying? So the things that you're trying to obtain in life gonna always come with muck, and you don't want to get stuck in the wrong mud, the wrong quicksand, and now your whole life have took a turn, and there's really nothing you could do about it because you was already warned, you was told about it, you seen the warnings in your face, you seen the temptation, and you went for it. You see what I'm saying? So that's not a lot of things. The reason why I broke up that killing track or a deal is because a lot of rappers be talking about they sold, and they don't. A lot of people don't understand that. See, so when it get down to the terminology of how these people like to even try to, switch around their words, this is the reason why I say I don't even like their words myself. To that, we should be able to feel each other, understand each other, but at the degree of how the world is created, how these people creating the world out to be, it's always a blueprint that someone got to follow. So it's not actually somebody following their own mind. Even if they think it's their own mind, it's something where they already seen before. So they play type of roles like that. I forgot what companion that's called, where it basically like try to show you what's next, but it's only showing you the path if you do not take the right way. You get what I'm saying? But it's a lot of different terms and terminology they use throughout movies to make it seem like this thing, right? Where a person seem like they signed they sold to the devil before they even, you know what I'm saying, before, and you wondering why this person getting chased with this bad energy or something throughout the movie. Like, this is the things that they like to play with you with, right? Where they'll have people, due to them being in love with bad energy, booting you from around them or treating you a type of way because you coming with your good energy. You feel me? And it's almost like bringing light to a vampire. You know what I'm saying? To the degree. Some of them is like night walkers, right? I mean, day walkers, right? Where these vampires, they can see you shining and they still want to get their little 2 cents out of it. And you down, they still want to get their 2 cents out of it. So in the light and the dark, they always trying to get for blood. So at the end of the day, people don't understand. This is what nowadays, this is why we facing a world that we have so many trolls, so many people that just want to go against the grain or whatever somebody talking about. And so now it keeps a person mind to that. Maybe if they have another experience like that, they start bumping heads. They start fighting. And it's like they fighting the blind, bro. You get what I'm saying? It's like putting on a mask and just swinging wherever you can. And you don't know who you really hitting. So you start hitting the wrong people, burning the wrong bridges. Start knocking away people out your life that was actually the reason why your life is so plentiful. So now you start deducting and taking away when God could have came in your life and gave you twice as more. So now you're going to see how the devil give you what you thought you wanted and how you thought you wanted to use something, abuse something through demons. You get what I'm saying? And through lust, through Lucifer, however you want to look at it, through trying to make yourself stable, using people, to try to find a way that you're not affected. So these things come with a lot of things because at the end of the day, the devil is wise to a degree, right? If we're going to say it like that, because it's not something that you're going to just like, oh, okay, yeah, I don't want that. No, the temptress shit is going to know how to put it. It's going to know how to bring it to you to make it look better than what it is. That's the reason why you see in the movies the devil have on a dress, like say if it's for her to get a man, she'll be a hot female with red lipstick, niceness and all that there. Then it mean that's what the devil look like, as in saying it's the chick. What they're saying is the devil came to look like this is what's good, and it's really not. So a lot of times we even go through urges, we go through feelings, emotions, where we have women trying to marry men, where we have men trying to marry women out there. And a lot of times we talk like this. I think people think that we're talking separated outside yourself. No, we talking about work from within. What's going to get your temple holy so God can be able to come in. So when God is giving you these subconscious energies and stuff, you don't have Lucifer energy people coming to block it. Luciferians. You get what I'm saying? So you don't have to fear what might happen from that. So a lot of these times, the opposite energy is actually to get you to run away from something, but to run over here. It's damn near like having a dog chase out the rabbit, but really you got the hole right here. Because you don't want the rabbit messed up because you want the fur or whatever. So you had a dog chase it into the hole or whatever. And I'm just giving y'all quick examples, bro. It ain't like I have to sit here and actually think about it. And that's the gift that I'm saying that you have the power of. Like everybody, bro. There's nobody sitting up here egotistical. And what I mean by everybody, not saying everybody in this lifestyle or the life turn that they're going through or the life path that they're on, but they all have this ability. We're saying that there's no one that's just specifically chosen. But at the same time, if you want to say chosen, as in, hey, did I choose the path of righteousness? Did I choose the path of God? This is when we got to know these battles. Because at the end of the day, y'all, the devil is not going to be like, yo, I'm your enemy. No. The devil is going to come wrapped up like a gift. You get what I'm saying? Come to confuse you, to make you want these things. So whether the devil got to send temptress, whether the devil got to send like Lucifer, whether the devil got to send Satan. And what I mean by the devil sending Satan is, okay, we finna play with this person's stability, right? We finna play with their securities and insecurities. We finna make them feel a type of way about this person, even though that's not even something that's really going on. Or we finna start giving them a whole bunch of blank things that have no growth to it. As long as it take up time, as long as it take up life. So when God be saying give time to God, bro, it be real vicious, more than people would actually see that's going on, bro. But the thing is, it's deep, because every day we go through things, even like with people, where you don't ran into people and you don't know why you don't like them. You don't ran into people and you wonder why you like them so much. It's always pre-experiences through the lives we live and through the energies that we don't ran across before. Hold on, y'all. Boom. But anyways, I done kind of forgot where I was. But at the end of the day, when it comes down to Satan getting used, right? Sometimes the devil will use a mind game, right? Where it's like you in a devil home, where you're battling not only Satan, but Lucifer as well. Where they both, in this case, is not particularly in your interest of what you would call good or what you're trying to achieve, right? And it's going against that. It's trying to make what you look like, what you're trying to achieve or what you're trying to feel in life. It's playing with that to make it seem like this is what you have to do to accomplish it. This is the step you have to take. And a lot of times, a lot of people do that jump quickly, and a lot of people do it based off of pre-experiences, right? Where that's what I was saying. They basically, it'll get to a mind game sometimes where the devil might be like, yo, I use Lucifer against them. I use Lilith against them. You know what I'm saying? I made somebody's feelings take over their thoughts and made them start coming out and blasting everybody. That ain't necessarily how nobody else felt except for them. They the only one filtering it like that. So it could come from that. It could come from you getting hit by your stability. And now you like basically you are using a person and don't really realize it throughout the whole time. And then you basically draining them dry, because once you were done with trying to grab onto them, they're not going to have nothing left. And the people that's around you, they're going to see what you is. They're going to see that you was this type of vampire and draining stuff from people. Yeah, like it's draining energy. And then on top of that, we'll get into a battle with ourselves, right? And we'll feel like, damn, this choice and this choice, but, well, this choice and this choice, but both of the choices wrong. Y'all get what I'm saying? My bad, let me get more in the middle. But at the end of the day, this is the things that I'm saying. And then where you get put in this thing, whether you done did it before, right? We all got pre-experiences. So if you could think of the time, which is remembering who you are, whatever, when you start coming through shadow work and all that, bro, which is part of it, you get what I'm saying? This is what's gonna help you know, okay, hold on, I'm the one tripping. Okay, this is what's going on. This is the way I'm looking at it. This is what's being filtered through my lens because I'm allowing it. Whether I'm siding with this side or siding with that side. And that's why I said sometimes the devil will be like, you know what? Let me give them Lucifer and let me give them Satan. So now they got a battle of their passions, love, and glory and goes towards things. Whether I make them drive towards something being in a harsh way, like committing a robbery, or whether I make them do something harsh, like step outside their relationship, or whether I make them do something harsh, like, you know what I'm saying, go for what they believe, go for the opposite of what they believed in. You get what I'm saying? Where it try to switch your own morals from you. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you got to be careful for what you're fighting for. Because at the end of the day, we end up fighting ourselves. And a lot of people don't realize that. That's the reason why you got people like, you know, me, Dolo, a couple different people, bro. There's so many of them, like, and I got a lot of them that be in my list and stuff like that. And y'all in the comments, y'all already know how it is when Drip trying to get through these videos, right? So y'all can just go ahead. You can pause that for a minute, buddy. Y'all can just go ahead and just put down y'all name in the comments or whatever. But as y'all know with these kids, bro, I gotta go ahead and wrap this video up. Another thing is, a lot of times you'll go through situations, bro, and it'll be like you won't have time. Time won't be on your side. Y'all gotta remember that junk, bro. Cause at the end of the day, it's like people don't realize how important time is, especially when it comes down to you building and constructing someone for them to come back and use that same building and construction against you. You have different ways of doing that. You got business partners and stuff right now that got that going on. If y'all don't, you know what I'm saying, have necessarily what's going on, Mouth Hoffa is one of the people that's going through that. Andrew Tate is going through some type of business type of thing, right? Where now it's like these type of attacks coming, and you got to know how to stay level-headed, and you got to know how to build something new. That old way of building things is over with. You got to know how to update. You get what I'm saying? And anytime you don't know how to do that, you start getting into this drive of why you did something in the first place. Yo, you maybe find out throughout your life you was looking at things wrong. Don't try to switch it back and wash yourself up because of something you're lusting out of, right? Because sometimes we leave stuff in the past and we don't realize we left it in the past for a reason. So a lot of times, a lot of people don't know this is the reason why it be seeming like relationships doing like recycle being type of tactic. But yeah, man, like I was saying, with all these stops and breezes and stuff, y'all, they done threw me off of the path I wanted to get on to, because, boy, I'm ready to get on some other videos, because I want to talk about more than just the games that get played that we don't actually realize what's going on, right? And you don't build up all this type of energy, and you don't know which way it's coming from. Like, when they explain the God and the devil, y'all got to understand, it's not saying that, like, you have a choice between the one of the two. Like, as in saying, like, I'm over here, and this is my only thing. Like, nah, sometimes you gonna be on God's side. Put it like this. This is what I'm trying to get out, right? You're going to be on God's side. And you know how you standing with a team, or somebody got like an editor when it come down to business and stuff, and he's like, man, that man be doing some good videos. You know how to produce some good music, know how to make some good beats or whatever. And then another company walk up and they're trying to pay him off. They're like, yo, how much he paying you? 5,000? Yo, I got 10,000. Yo, that's the type of energy I'm talking about. When basically you done tricked yourself or done lost your own true drive and your true goals. So now you're going off of stuff that don't even really exist for yourself. So now you're building yourself off of things that you thought was angelic or things that you thought was godly. And then now you get hit with the inverted energy. Bam! You start seeing now people misjudging you. People looking at you, not misjudging you, but people looking at you like, see, you done did all that craziness. You done fuck around and it's showing now. You see what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we talking about that God energy. We talking about like one of them being the Son, being Jesus, right? We're saying that this thing is going to come out. No matter how you try to hide in your mind and stuff like that, by your frontal lobe not being cleansed or by not being circumcised or however you want to look at it, you're not going to know what to say, how to think, how to deal with people, not even how to use somebody correctly. Like it's gonna bounce back on you where you like, damn, bro, I shouldn't have used this person. I shouldn't have came in contact with this person. So we got to be careful by these energies, man. I keep telling y'all that because when you look at the world and you see all the destruction, you wondering where that coming from. That you get what I'm saying? And they don't understand. It's more of destruction than actual life being produced. Where someone is not, they don't know how to actually deal with a fight when they get mentally. So they want to blast and shoot everybody else on the outside of them. Sometimes, bro, y'all got to realize there be those inner demons, there's fears and shit that people can't deal with, bro. And anytime you got these fears and you can't deal with them, that's why it's always like the devil is like this creepy thing in a movie or Goat Man or whatever they're trying to make the movie out to be. It always supposed to be a fear-mongering thing where some people believe it, some people don't. But everybody's still liable to get hit with it. And that's what I'm saying. No matter if you on God's side and you being a God warrior for God, you know sometimes you got to step off that throne and stop these devils, stop these Satans, stop these demons, stop these things, or however you want to describe a downwards ascended way of what you're trying to build in life, whether it's an overall purpose or whether it's an angle of what you're just trying to get through right now. You don't want to just get through right now with all the wrong angles, because that's going to lead you to the devil taking all these demons rides all the way through these realms and shit. Like, let me get on his back. You riding on somebody goddamn, what is it? A griffin. You riding on somebody else griffin, right? Well, this griffin right here just ready to take you to its master for you to get devoured, before you get devoured by your flesh, which is saying like these things start taking over you to where you don't even be you. Like a lot of people end up losing themselves and stuff like that. So when we say death, y'all, and we talk about life, is where life was get created, this is what it would cause. Where you'll be in a mental breakdown due to the decisions you made. So we got to be careful out here. Everybody not born crazy, but you could get you could get drugged into it, man. So at the end of the day, man, I want to break that down, and I know somebody gonna need that message, no matter if it's today, no matter tomorrow, or next year, because it get deep out here. We always got to keep our head on the swivel. That's the reason why I call myself OG Drip. You get what I'm saying? I'm always gonna talk about that wisdom and how for things to appeal, especially when it come down to our feelings, right? Cause I'm full with more feminine energy. So when you start looking at it, you look at water, you look at earth, and you start seeing these things, right? I'm a very logical person where you got to understand your superpowers and what you got to give for doing, right? Well, just saying for me, example is my Mercury in Virgo. So instead of me being too, sometimes of being too like broad and stuff like that, I understand that I can be like that by me having that thought already. I already have basically a way to be like, yo, this is my last thought, my lower thought. So if I'm on a low level shit or a low frequency, this might come with it. But at the end of the day, mid to high, I'm always in this type of mindset. You get what I'm saying? Well, I'm always at this type of level, because at the end of the day, you don't want to set your mind to stuff, because at the end of the day, you could get trampled by you just trying to be good. So sometimes these demons will put you in a perspective, right, where they make you fight back because you haven't been fighting back enough. And God, like, you know what, man, shoot, if you don't want to fight back, go ahead and swing on them. Go ahead, in hood terms, that'd be like when you find out your homeboy not really a fighter, but he been doing all this talking and stuff like that. So when it come down to playing with God, God ain't with that. When you gonna talk that talk, you need to walk that walk and live that life as well. So this is the reason why I've been making these videos, bro. And I know some people, they might have soft skin, but like that's at the end of the day, God don't need nobody with soft skin, bro. And I'm not saying that like I'm God. You get what I'm saying? But I'm gonna tell you like this: God can't use it because it's a dirty world that we live in, where you have to be tough. You have to understand the grimy, the grittiness of what goes on. And no matter how the games and deception get played, you got to know how to find yourself and keep yourself intact. Don't get drowned out here. It's a world full of water, man. And I'm out. OG Drill.